Please be advised, this series contains harsh language and references to potentially triggering material, including mention of suicide, self-harm, abuse of both drugs and alcohol, and deep discussions on religion. Listener discretion is advised. Last time on Ombligo del Diablo, we finally left that creepy, ghost-filled shack, only to discover 13 had disappeared. Given that the Finn house was the only place with lights on, we were afraid that 13 had gotten himself caught in Mrs. Finn's web. Vincent was tempted. Murph tried to help. Jamie was just as oblivious as before. I threw myself in front of the metaphorical bullet, and Oliver snuck looks through the windows. 13 wasn't with Mrs. Finn, thank God, but had been arrested. He confessed to playing a card game for water with the dead man in the shack, Marcus, and losing a diamond in the process. Thanks to our investigation, and our testimonies to 13's character, Ombligo del Diablo gained a new resident.
So first off is characters stuff. Anybody have anything they want to spend XP on? Then second will be I want at least one new fear from everyone, and then third is fun fact, and then we should be ready to start. So first off, anybody got a XP to spend or something that they think is off about their character that needs a fixing?
I do have XP to spend. I'm just not sure where to put it.
How many points do you have to spend?
21.
21.
Ooh.
I've banked a lot.
Yes, I think the only thing you bought is entropy, right?
Correct.
Okay. I think that mostly you've been hitting hard on your money skills, so it might make sense to raise etiquette. If you want to diversify your character, you may have learned a point in Streetwise.
I was kind of thinking something along those lines to like represent what I have learned from the people I've been, with.
Could show you how to shoot a gun.
Hey, yes, please.
Or you could have Uncle Halderson tell you how to avoid people who are absolutely lying to you.
Uncle, we're establishing this now.
I mean, he's definitely tried. We're like family.
And you have been trying to pick up poker. So
this is very true.
Poker is a Streetwise type skill. I think that Streetwise might make sense to have a point in it now.
Okay, yeah. I'm so sorry. What is the cost for that?
For your first point in Streetwise, costs 3.
Gotcha.
The second point costs 6.
What does it need to get my prime up to 3?
I don't think that's unlocked for you yet.
I missed a session, so I'm down some XP. But once I'm up to like 30 or 35 or something, right?
It's only 15 XP. But it's not how much XP you've earned.
Yeah, but I got to hit a threshold of like 30 or 35, something like that.
No, you've got to you've got to have some dealings with magic. You've got to use your 1s and 2s first.
Okay. Should I be asking if there's nodes to tap? I haven't been shot at yet, so there hasn't been an excuse to use magic armor. I haven't been magicked at yet. You
should ask when you're in places that seem like they might be relevant. If this place feels powerful.
Okay, cool.
Now this is a silly question. Is it safe to assume that it goes like 3, 6, 9, 12, etc.?
Yes, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15.
Gotcha.
Anybody else have anything that they'd like to raise?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Are we going to go over all of the things that we took, or just wait for them to come out?
What do you mean?
Like, are we going to explain everything that we raised, or just wait for them to come out, like, mechanically?
Yeah, just say it, and then we'll see it as it goes, and maybe explain why very briefly.
Gotcha.
Did anybody raise anything else?
I mean, I'm personally all done.
Okay.
No, I just took cure wounds.
I'm done. I bumped up crafts and technology. I wanted them higher to begin with, but didn't have enough points to spread around, so just filling in stuff.
James?
I'm good.
Then a new fear and or hope from what has happened, tied directly to the events of the last 2 sessions.
I got mine.
Great.
All right, a new fear that has developed for Murph specifically is that because she is so lucky, she's now met 13 and seen how unlucky she is. So now she is worried that because of her luck, she is negatively impacting other people with bad fortune.
So she is worried that her good fortune is going to steal the well-being of others.
Precisely. And not 100% sure how to balance that. So, I mean, maybe she has to do some bad things to not be completely lucky. She's not sure, but she is afraid that she is going to suck up the good luck for those around her.
How do you make the world righteous and fair when everything just seems to go your way?
Exactly.
Okay, great. Matt, you got one?
Yeah, sure. I got a new fear. I'm fearful that I'm going to get dragged into something way bigger than me and the people around me can handle. Like, it's just we found a alien, for lack of terms, and it was over 1,000 years old, and it's speaking a dead language, and everything might just be bigger and badder, like I always hoped it was. But we might not just measure up.
So you're afraid that you're right.
Well, I'm afraid that the scope of my rightness was not something I'm prepared for yet.
Okay. Fear of the immensity of the universe. That is a good classical one and specifically relevant to the situation. Okay. Sam.
Val's new fear. I'm trying to put this into words. Val's new fear is that she's straying from her original goal. Whether that be through going fucking insane every session or actually making friends, which is troubling.
When you said I'm struggling to put this into words, the first thing that I thought you were going to say was
Best joke ever.
I missed an opportunity.
Okay, Vincent, what have you learned to be afraid of?
He had to learn.
I think that the most profound fear for Vincent at the moment, since his arc thus far is the story of someone genuinely doing their best to be better. I think he fears the temptation to evil, like he encountered last night with Mrs. Finn.
Interesting. He fears his own judgment.
Yeah, I'd say so. The draw to wickedness.
And Oliver?
Oliver has realized that lately, though he is a patron and a caretaker to all these pie-eyed dreamers, they might be starting to think he is a coward, and that will prevent him from taking care of them.
So now he must prove himself to be bold and brave, such that he will earn the respect of his peers.
Yeah, I think so. This is a bad idea, but I like it.
You are literally afraid of fear itself. I like this. Okay.
I've got matter.
You have nothing to fear,
Maybe
but
we can
Oliver.
craft on a spine, like making a new one.
A spine of literal steel.
Hmm.
Then let's go on to fun facts. Tell me something cute.
I'll go first. Like I said, I prepared. Val's fun fact this week is she can play the guitar, and on very, very rare occasions, when there's the very rare open mic night at the tavern, or at the bar, Val actually goes to play a couple of songs.
Neat.
Yep.
Please tell me you picked up one in performance and you're not just like really bad at it.
Oh, shit. For some reason, I thought Kraft
I feel like you
would
could
cover
get by in
that.
this town though.
You know, she's not great. She's not good. But she's not
She plays for herself.
she's not awful. She knows Wonderwall.
Gain a free specialization perform guitar.
Ooh, thank you.
That will bring your total performance guitar up to 1. You have been learning guitar, or learned it a long time ago, and sort of forgot it. And when you've played recently, you've realized just how rusty you've become, and have a desire to work on that, perhaps.
Works for me.
Or you don't give a shit how bad you are. You play your heart out no matter what.
I like that more.
Val doesn't have a heart, though.
Doesn't she?
No,
Doesn't
she
she?
does. She does. Just generally aimed at non-people.
In the same way that Oliver doesn't have a conscience and Vincent doesn't have fear, she doesn't have a heart.
Mm-hmm.
But does anyone have a brain?
Mind you didn't actually.
If only.
By the way, this is
Also,
the best way to get backgrounds, I realized just now.
on the brain comment, considering our last few sessions, no, none of us have a brain.
Okay, give me a fun fact about Jamie.
Jamie was in the Peace Corps for 2 years.
What did Jamie do there?
Dug wells in like Africa and Asia.
It is. That does make it really interesting that you had you were unable to fix that poor dead man's pump. I guess it didn't really matter since he was dead.
There you go.
Water only flows to those who need it.
The spice must flow.
All right, a fun fact for Vincent.
Vincent's kind of a dork. Vincent doesn't like to talk about it with his associates or anything, but he, when he was a kid, he was real into comic books, and he still keeps a handful of his old ones, and like real peppy, happy old school ones, not like hardcore badass ones or really thoughtful ones.
Like Archie?
Yeah, sure, like Archie or like, you know, the more hopeful superheroes like Superman, shit like that.
So, closet nerd.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it was, you know, his parents were kind of deadbeats, but his mom would buy him for him sometime to keep him busy.
Okay. Murph.
All right, fun fact from Murph. She definitely took at least 3 tries to be able to get her driver's license. And the only points or tickets that she has against it are for things like going too slow on the highway, never speeding, never been in trouble with the law for driving other than that.
Okay. I imagine early on there was that one time that you got distracted and drove straight through a red light in a busy intersection and just managed to hit no one.
Oh yeah, of course, obviously. And I also envisioned that the vehicle that she learned to drive in was a manual and definitely stalled it a few times. So she technically knows how to drive stick shift, but not well.
She is well versed in grinding the gears of a stick shift.
Yes.
All right. And one for Oliver?
Oliver, maybe 10 years ago, got in on a real estate scheme that was pretty harebrained and got foiled by a group of children. And only after an elaborate hoax and getting arrested very briefly before getting himself out on a technicality, he did, in fact, say, if it weren't for those meddling kids...
Oh, Jesus Christ. Seriously? He was an actual Scooby-Doo villain?
Yes.
All right.
I thought you were joking.
I literally hate you.
That's
Okay.
awesome. I love it.
Okay.
Bring them to Ombligo del Diablo. Get him arrested again. Just for that.
He was not the best man.
I
Maybe weeks
Don't
ago.
make me harm children to help my friend. This plays into my fear.
I'm pretty sure that if Scooby-Doo came to Ombligo del Diablo, Fred would end up gut shot, and Shaggy'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm worried that it would be me who did the shooting.
All right, getting started. Would you like to? Would you guys like to get your business started in morning or in evening?
We did night work last time. Kind of more interested in getting an early start on the day.
Okay.
Yep, daytime. After
And-
all of the rounds and feeding all of the animals and taking care of any vet work as necessary.
And you had 2 orders of business. One is talking to priests about angels, and the other is trying to sell some stolen diamonds. Which would you like to attend to first?
Is it a Sunday?
You have the choice of starting this out on a Saturday or a Sunday.
If it's starting out Sunday, going to see the priest on a Sunday morning would probably be the best bet.
I kind of like the idea of us all starting out going to mass. Well, not all of us. I don't know.
I mean,
Oliver
she'll go
would
to
go.
speak with the priest, but she ain't exactly doing any of the required.
Don't worry. It's
prayer.
not necessary that you pray. Just being present in the hall of the Lord is enough.
Yeah, you see, I used to make a joke with my friends that I'd burn if I stepped through the threshold of a church, you know? So,
Jamie,
knowing
would
this
you be interested in
place-
seeing that?
Seeing if she catches fire, of course.
Absolutely. It sounds like a science experiment to me. Let's go.
Fuck
This
you
town, I
both.
wouldn't be surprised.
right? Also, fuck you too.
No, for real though. I think we should start on Saturday.
Start on Saturday with the diamond.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll put 1 vote to Diamond. I think we should do everybody gets a vote.
The diamond likely would be a shorter excursion unless you guys manage to fuck it up royally.
That
Which
sounds
we
like us,
will.
though.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you met us?
Yes, I suppose that is a fairly big if. Put it to a vote. So far we have 2 votes for diamond.
I'm fine
Sam?
either way.
I guess Diamond, because I would probably end up dealing with the mayor again. and I need to go there anyway.
Oh God, please no. Why would you do this to me?
Yeah, I might stay outside if we go talk to the mayor.
Okay, so that appears to be all right. Diamond, it is.
It is Saturday.
The mine is closed, so there isn't that normal sound of hammering that you hear 12 hours a day, and you guys wake to a new dawn because you can't afford curtains. Where do you guys meet up?
We want to meet in town, or we want to meet out at the animal reserve?
I'm a bit burned out on hanging out in bars. Let's go to the reserve.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I mean, hold
None
on.
of you are allowed on my property again. I'm joking.
I'm
But
sure
that's what
we'll be
Val
welcome
says anytime
back.
you show up.
It was long since that kerfuffle, and we have long since made amends. She'll be glad to see us.
Val still says that every time you show up, even as she opens the door to let you guys in.
All right, you guys head off to a wildlife sanctuary turned den of crime, and are sitting around the kitchen table. Somebody has the diamond. Who is it?
I had it last, so I promise
Yeah, I
that.
believe Jamie had it last.
And
All
I
right.
bring it up to everybody. I said, so we're going to go see the mayor about selling this thing? Or anybody got anybody else they might want to see wants to buy it?
I mean, it's not really my field expertise, but I could put out a few feelers. I know some of the right words to use. If somebody who knows the trade better knows a few back alleys, figure Oliver might know something about that too.
Yes, I would like. I feel like Oliver may have already put out feelers. I'd like to just make a streetwise finance. I don't know, a finance role. I don't know.
This would be manipulation plus either finance if you're going through legitimate channels, or streetwise if you're trying to find the more back alley sort.
I love that these are both actually exactly the same for Oliver.
But the outcome is not.
He's gonna go shady because the diamond's origin is also shady.
All right, you'll get to divide your successes between trustworthiness and means.
Okay, I have 2 successes, and I would like
To put
means.
both of them into means. Excellent.
Yes.
You know a wealthy Texas oil millionaire who loves his guns and loves his jewels, and he likes them better when they're stolen.
Well, everyone, I have quite the proposition for you. There's a gentleman who lives, I believe, not too far from here. But we could get him on the horn and find out if he would be interested in such. He seems to be particularly enamored with illicit gains, if you know what I mean. And I feel like this is as illicit as it gets.
Oh, he also fancies himself a cowboy.
Why?
Oh, does anybody have a horse? Oh, Jamie, may I borrow your hat for this adventure? Perhaps a larger belt buckle.
Sure, go for it. Here you go.
Oliver starts putting on your hat and then realizes it's going to mess up his carefully combed hair and is like,
Sounds about right.
It is also much too small.
hands it back. Does Vincent have a better idea?
Were you looking at with this guy?
There is a Texas oil millionaire who loves guns and jewels and likes them even better if they're stolen. And he would be absolutely excited to buy such a thing, especially if you can make it seem sexy and dangerous.
That sounds quite specifically like Vincent's purview.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely stand by and look scary, and it'll definitely just look dangerous by proxy.
But maybe you know someone better to sell to.
My streetwise probably isn't as high as yours, but I'll put out my feelers as well. And I'm looking for somebody who maybe has a back channel, maybe somebody who isn't like an entirely legitimate business, but also isn't an asshole.
Your choices are finance or streetwise, depending upon how shady the person you're going to is.
It's
Black market.
streetwise. What's the attribute?
Manipulation.
Oh, you punk. All right. Hey, well as it could have gone. A 10 and 8.
All right, divide your successes between reliability and means.
One of each.
Okay, you know a jeweler. He owns a shop in Toledo, Ohio. that he rarely he rarely visits. He's not above illicitly sourced jewels, and he's not afraid to travel for it. But he's a cheap bastard. He's got the money to buy these things, but he just doesn't really like paying for them.
Yeah, but I can handle that.
Are you sure you want to go to him? He's pretty tight-fisted.
Yep, I know how to open somebody's palms.
Which one is less likely to shoot us? Because past few, God, how long has it been, Elf, since session 0 or 1?
About a month.
I've been shot at a lot more times than I would like in the last month. So whichever one is least likely to shoot us, I'd like to go with them.
Oh, that's Vincent's purview, no doubt. But I can guarantee you that our Texas billionaire has way more guns. But they're less likely to be pointed at you directly unless he's upset, I suppose.
You have a
I'm
way
just
of making
picturing
people upset,
Tuco.
that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm just
Should I
picturing
roll
Tuco
too?
from
I know
Breaking
people
Bad.
who buy diamonds and gems, but I don't know if it's worth rolling or not. I only got a manipulation of 1 and streetwise a 2.
Well, you would be rolling finance instead.
Don't have any finance.
You would know completely above the board diamond jewelers, and that is it. They would ask everybody that you know would ask where you got it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Inheritance, technically.
I
No,
inherited
can't buy very
from
well. That wouldn't work very well.
A dead man.
Right.
Excellent. A dead man
Uh-huh.
of whom I declined to provide the name.
A dead man who had no family.
Look, I'm not saying it's going to be easy getting it out of him, but I don't think my man will end up shooting at us. And if I can put the squeeze on him, he's good for it.
I mean, neither of them should end up shooting at us if we just ask, really nicely.
Murph, honey, they all end up shooting at us eventually.
Well, why don't we see what either one wants to offer?
Have you tried asking nicely? I'm just saying.
So,
First time will be nice, hon. Promise.
do you both want to make a phone call?
Yeah, I'll put out feelers.
Who are we calling?
Both, apparently, and seeing what they're willing to offer.
I think we should call yours first, because mine might involve a degree of theatricality.
Excellent. So, Vincent, do you walk to the payphone at the gas station 5 miles away?
Less I can get a lift.
I mean, or rather, drive up to the gas station.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we're all willing to go and hear and see.
We're such a bunch of goons.
Right?
Just, like, crowding around the payphone.
Let's go.
So, you guys drive 5 miles out of town to Pete's Gas and Wings on the
Get a
nearest
slushy.
asphalt road.
Ooh, are there snacks?
Oh, me too. Definitely a slushy.
It is they are called slushed ice because slushy doesn't bother to come out this way, so his wife makes it herself. But they have a machine for it, you could say, and you guys pick up an ice cold, not a slushy TM, and head out back to the payphone. Someone is lucky you bought the slushy. Now you have change for the phone.
My thoughts exactly.
You put in the call, and
I absolutely do that thing where you mix all of the possible flavors together.
Savage.
Oh man, it's been so long since I've had caffeine, you guys.
Wait, there's caffeine in slushies?
Darn it.
the Coca-Cola and black tea ice slush.
Okay, yeah, that
It
makes sense.
certainly tastes free market.
Okay.
Deeply capitalist ice slush.
Okay, so
Before I hop on this phone call, I'm definitely going to check with the people that know better than I do the actual worth of this rock.
Oh yeah, same. Oliver would be about that. He'd probably be actually checking with Jamie to actually confirm the actual minerality.
intelligence finance.
Let me roll. But Elf said $10,000 general ballpark last time.
I got 4 successes for into finance once I heard from Jamie what she thought about the rock.
4 successes. So it's mostly just the size of this rock that is impressive. Except that on closer inspection, you realize that all of the imperfections that you can see on it are on one side. Half of this diamond is actually worth more than the whole thing. So if cut properly by the right seller, a diamond buyer could price this at 20,000. But you need a fairly expert jeweler for that. There are some unnatural looking bands of color in the flawed side of the diamond that you are fairly certain weren't there before. It is difficult to price those out as that is quite possibly unique in a diamond. So sold to most sellers, you estimate that it would be about 10,000. But an expert might pay 20,000 or more.
Okay, pass that along. But I assume Jamie is telling me about these specific things because Oliver actually doesn't know this about gems, but Jamie is just telling him the facts, and he's like, "Oh, I heard that's worth this much."
Yeah, you don't know shit about the diamond, but you do know what people pay for stuff like that.
Well, we can certainly tell them that there's 2 fortunes to be made off of this one fine rock, but perhaps we should leave the actual bartering to when we meet in person and they can observe this for themselves. I'm sure they've heard many a big fish story.
Hey, Oliver,
Yes, little one?
what would you even do with that much money?
Well, first I, of course, would give everyone their fair share, and I would consider opening up my own practice.
Your practice?
You mean porn store?
Oh, no, I mean, that might run out the
Isn't
back
that
of-
what we were talking about
That
last
would be
time?
hilarious.
That was just a means to an end.
I prescribe more magazines.
Materials for detecting erectile dysfunction.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Some people are in dire need of such a thing, but I am thinking of a more lucrative and illustrious career as a town doctor.
Oh God, no!
I hoist my
you
bag.
would kill people.
Do you have like a medical degree?
Oh, not a written one as such, but I have, a fine education in the school of life.
Maybe you should aim a little lower. Try for chiropractic.
Yeah, no,
You're
I'd be
right.
100%.
The title should be something more innocuous, such as physician of the soul, or
So now you're trying to be a psychiatrist too? Because that's also a dick move.
why not both?
I'd rather help you open up a porn store than let you be any sort of doctor, Oliver. You understand that, right?
I mean, porn seems much less dangerous than being an actual medical doctor without a degree, but that's just my 2 cents.
Well, currently the only doctor in town is that of a woman who rubs blood into your wounds. So I feel like even I am a step up.
It worked, didn't it?
Well, sure, but who knows the scientific veracity of such a thing? And who knows, if it continues to work, I may use it myself.
Yeah, me, it worked.
All right. Is Vincent making a phone call?
Am I perfectly aware that there's things in this rock that we're pretty sure weren't there before?
It is difficult to say whether they weren't there or that you didn't notice them. It's hard to really figure that out.
Jamie says so.
Look, I'm anxious to stop being cash poor, just like the rest of you. But we've all seen strange things around this town. If we're not sure that this rock is safe, I'm not sure I feel right sending it off.
If it's not safe, we shouldn't keep it.
What's the better choice? You carry it off and pass it on to some other poor sod?
I don't think that it's not safe, even if it had changed in some sort of odd or bizarre or unique way. It's more worth keeping in my book, but if we want to sell it off and make a little scratch, then I'm fine with that too.
We could also stand to cut it in half and keep the more geologically interesting side for your own studies and sell the more pure, lucrative side.
How exactly do you propose we cut it in half?
Well, it would have
With
to be
another
part of the
diamond.
negotiations.
Just like people have done since ancient times.
We need to know a better jeweler than my guy for that.
Well, just make the call and see what he has to say. If he's not interested, then we don't have to worry about it.
I can ask, but Elf, to my understanding, this guy is This guy sells jewels, right? Like he's not a master jeweler.
He is a jeweler. He is more of the buy a diamond ring with your payday advance type of jeweler than your inspect the hope diamond kind of jeweler. But he is definitely a guy who owns a jewelry shop and cuts his own diamond.
I think my instinct is hold on to this thing for a little bit and see if we can get better hands on it. If we think that we can get a better price, twice the price for cutting it appropriately, it's worth the wait. And it also gives us time to monitor this little development here we got on it.
Do we know anyone with the appropriate materials?
Nope.
Looks directly at Jamie.
Well, I've got a microscope and an attachment to take pictures of the way it looks now, but I don't have anything to cut it with.
We can do our due diligence. We can look for someone more appropriate to the task. If we want to provide Jamie with more appropriate equipment, that might also work.
Oh, a small investment to make our later investment larger. I'm into this. Shall we get away from this Circle K?
Yeah. Anybody else want to slush dice?
I think I got brain freeze.
Yeah, I'm gonna go buy another one. It's not often I get to treat myself to these.
Refills
Right.
for the road. Let's go.
All right.
Back in the car.
Hey guys, first mission where we didn't get shot or lose sanity. High fives!
Good job, guys. Good job. Woo.
Congratulations on a
Slushy.
successful mission to get slushies.
Regain
The best mission.
Oh god.
We did it.
Someone
hold
someone
on to
gains
something.
sanity in the vein of brain freeze.
Someone give me a wits drive check to make it back to town. Those not quite roads are
I got you
some-
covered.
Please
Let
let me
me roll.
drive. I'm actually good at
No.
this.
Never. Not gonna happen.
Oliver always asks to drive, and he always gets turned down and looks sad.
Maybe next time.
Oh, I just hope there is a next time.
What do you mean? That's such dark humor. We're just driving back into town.
I mean, look at the way she drives this stick. She handles it like a 2-cent woman.
I mean, is that not how you're supposed to do it?
No, you're supposed to be tender and feel the changes.
Okay.
You'll have to show me.
No more of this talk, please. God. Please.
I'm sorry, this is not talk for you.
Oh.
Okay, so Matt, if that's your drive check.
Yup.
2 successes. So it's getting on towards about noon, and about halfway back, you're driving near a small collection of shrubbery, and a bird flies out of a bush, chased by a coyote, and you narrowly avoid hitting the animal. As you swerve to avoid it, the coyote stops and turns around, and you swear you see it wink before it trots off.
Did anybody
The
else?
hell is that driving up there?
See, I told you I should have been driving.
Yeah. Then we'd be dead in a ditch. That's why you don't drive. No, I mean the coyote. Did anybody else see it wink at me?
Coyotes
Anybody
don't do
else see
that.
the coyote wink?
I don't believe I did.
Did you have too much slushy? I know that happens sometimes. You get kind of confused if you have too much sugar all at the same time. I felt that.
No,
No
pretty
more
sure it wasn't
slushies
the
for Murph, agreed?
Hey, they're delicious. Come on now.
Well, anyway, driving back down.
You get back to the reserve and get back around the table for further planning, or do you guys just decide to work at your various professions until tomorrow when it's time for church?
I feel like maybe going out and trying to finding out our options about maybe I mean just exploring our options to get something to cut diamonds with.
Well, there is a mine town. They would have all sorts of mining equipment that I don't have. I mean, I've got portable mining equipment in my car, but I don't have anything specifically meant for cutting diamonds. We can go by the mine site and see.
That is true. The two people that would likely be best to speak to about that would be the manager of the general store, who you've met, and the foreman of the mine, who you've not.
I'm all about it. You guys want to go talk to them? See if we can borrow some equipment?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Who you guys want to go see first? I say general store because we already know the person.
Yeah, let's general store and then foreman if we need to.
Agreed.
All right. Pile in the shag wagon.
Not you
That's
too.
not a wagon at all. But yeah, go into the general store.
All right, you pull you park outside of the general store, and Saffron is tooling about with a big gas powered drill when you arrive. As she looks at you and nods and shouts, "Let me know if you need anything."
I avoid eye contact as the last conversation I had with her was about porn.
The last conversation that was had around her was about porn.
It involved her momentarily, and she got blushy. So he's like, "Meh, I'm gonna go look at these things."
Does anyone go up and speak to the person that you came to speak to?
Sure, I got this.
Go for it.
I mean, does Murph even know what we're looking for?
Kind of.
I nod at Murph. She'll figure it out.
And I have interacted with this person before, yes?
Briefly. Give me a charisma etiquette roll as you approach to set general tone.
You leave the slushie outside, so she doesn't get jealous about the corner store down the road.
4 successes.
4 successes.
She has seemed to be favorable towards you in the past, and as you approach her, she smiles and says, "Is there anything I can help you with?"
Hello. Good afternoon. Is it afternoon? I don't know. I am looking for something very specific.
Oh, great. That makes things easier, doesn't it?
I thought so, right? Okay. So, do you know of anything that I could use to cut a diamond?
Yeah, I might actually have something upstairs if you just need to use it. If you want to buy your own, I'll have to order it from the catalog.
Ooh. Okay. So if I was to order it, how long would it take to get here, and how much would it be?
Oh, about a week. And it kind of she says, "Here, let me. How much do you know about cutting diamonds?"
Not a lot.
All right. Well, I can show you a thing or two. And then she starts bring out these books and catalogs about diamonds and other gems and how they're cut. And she starts giving you a talk about the various different means of creating a diamond saw, how to cut along the plane of the diamond so as not shatter it. Give me an intelligence science roll to see how much of this you actually retain.
Yes, let Murph be our second geologist of the party.
All science party all the time.
Excellent. These are amazing, very pretty words, and these
party.
And these pictures are very pretty stones. And you like the sound of her voice and the way that her mouth moves. As to the details of this, you remember them for approximately 3 seconds each.
Ooh, wow. That's really cool. How did you learn how to do that? Oh, wow, that's fascinating kind of conversation.
Yes, and you get that the price range of these diamond cutting implements ranges from $100 to approximately $20,000.
Oof, okay.
With the $20,000 ones, you think being better?
I think so. Number get bigger, it get better? Question mark.
After all of this, she looks at you and she says, "So, what do you think? What do you think you need?"
I think maybe just borrowing it, like we were talking about, maybe.
Okay. And do you want to cut it yourself?
No, you're such an expert.
Well, let me see it. Let me see what you want cut.
Yeah, I don't have it on me. 1 minute, and I'll walk back to the group.
Okay.
Hey guys.
What you got for us, Murph?
I learned so much about cutting diamonds. It's a really intricate process. So we could just borrow some equipment from her and she could cut it. But she wants to see it, and
no problem.
I feel like there's going to then be questions about where it came from, and and I just kind of like look at Oliver like, oh, please God, I can't lie.
Okay.
Hey, Jane, you trust your own hand with this if you had the proper equipment?
Oh no, not me. I mean, I could cut it, but somebody else would probably be better. I mean, I could do a hack job of it, but let me go talk to her and see if she'd do a better job than me.
I would recommend using the word rent rather than borrow.
Okay. I go show her the stone. ask her what she thinks about being able to cut it or not. I explained that I could cut it, but I don't think I could do as good a job as somebody who's used to cutting stones.
Give me charisma etiquette.
I take it those are very, very high scores for you from that
Yeah,
laugh.
totally. I believe they're both ones. Let me verify that.
Kind of like my science of 2.
Murph, you were very right to come to me if you needed a liar.
I have a charisma too. I
You
have
are
no
very
etiquette
good
though.
at that.
Excellent. Show me 2 die.
But one should never, ever lie to the general store owner. It's just bad business.
Is it like voodoo or like
No, more like she is our one and only lifeline into this town.
Oh yeah, I suppose that
Yay.
makes sense.
Excellent. A perfect 0. She looks she looks at you and says, "Did you need anything?"
Yeah, Murph was telling me that you guys have you know how to cut gems?
So you've taken an interest in Murph's diamond, then?
Yeah, she wants it cut in half. Here, you want to look at it?
Yes. Sure. You have it then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me see.
Murph, go save her.
She's got this. I mean, oh, she's sweating.
Are you absolutely sure?
Oh no.
You don't know how to
Oh,
talk
oh
to people.
goodness.
Do you hand over the diamond?
Yeah.
She looks. She starts looking at it over and holding it in different lights. And when she sees the strange array of colors, she looks at you and says, "Where did you get this?"
That's a good question. Where did we get it? Well, Murph got it from I'm not sure where.
She is looking at you with this deep suspicion.
That's fun. Hey, Murph, come here.
Coming.
Go.
Murph, rescue me!
I don't
Pretty
know
much.
what to say.
What's going on?
She was wondering where you got your diamond from.
Oh. And I look back at Oliver like, oh God, why? Yeah. So
Cheeky thumbs up.
actually, crazy thing, an inheritance.
Told you that would work.
Oliver goes like, oh
Give
my
me
god.
a manipulation plus subterfuge roll.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I told you not to do.
I'm fully aware.
The slowest sinking thumbs up.
Jamie's like, I don't know how to lie. What am I supposed to make my face look like here? I don't know what to
For
do.
the record, that is 1 die.
Excellent. Let's see
If-
what your 1 die comes out.
That's a failure. Can I use willpower on that?
At best, you would be getting 1 success, which will probably not result.
Except for my hashtag bless ability that I just picked up.
Oh.
I can use, if I use willpower, I can add 2 dice, and that is for me and my friends.
Ah. Do you wish to use that?
Yes, dear God, please.
Okay. Spend a willpower and first roll me 1 die for paradox.
Gotcha.
Okay. No paradox gain. Now re-roll 3 dice.
Yay, way to use your magic, Murph.
I like the idea of just like something, if it succeeds, something in the
Just
room like
successes.
falling down and distracting good old Saffron. And then like she turns around to Oliver and Oliver's like giving her like signs like start crying. It's the only way to sell it.
This is tragic.
She says, "Oh, I see. Okay,
It
here."
was my uncle, actually. It was very tragic. We were very close. And he recently passed away. And this is what he left to me. And I never thought that I would own something worth so much money. So obviously, you can see why I would want to learn how to like cut it properly. And you're like such an expert.
And I don't know. I guess I'm just a little overwhelmed.
I think that I understand.
I think that I'm going to close up the shop for a few minutes so that we can go and take a look at the machines.
Okay.
She
All right.
understands that you killed somebody for this diamond and inherited it by stealing it from the
It's
dog.
fine.
Maybe. Either way, getting it cut in half.
Murph would never.
That is definitely not what she thinks of Murph. Anyway, she escorts the rest of you out of the shop and closes and locks the door. She leads you upstairs to her workshop, and there's all these different machines strewn about the place, and a big telescope in the far end. Basically, there are random bits of machinery and a bed, and that's kind of this entire room, and it's almost as big as the general store itself. She walks over to this big machine. The blade is on sort of this actuated arm. It looks a bit more complicated. And she sits down and she picks up a couple pieces of tourmaline and she changes out the blade. And she says, the type of stone that you're cutting determines what kind of blade you want to use. Then she looks at you and she says, so you inherited this from your dead uncle, and all of a sudden your friends seem to be really interested in how to sell it, I've noticed.
What do you mean, how to sell it?
I don't think that your friend Jamie has your best interest at heart.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll just have to make sure to watch it really carefully. Thank you so much.
I fear that you might be in some danger.
Danger? How so?
You have people around you that are going to try and get you to sell this stuff, and they're going to try and take the money.
Well, I just won't let them then.
She kind of makes an exasperated sigh, and she says, I think that you might be safer if we go and talk to Marie about this.
Marie?
The sheriff.
Okay, yeah. Look, and I kind of like gesture at myself. I know that I look like I probably just graduated high school like yesterday, but I promise you I can take care of myself.
Give me manipulation persuasion.
Oh, but I mean that is honest. That is
Thus-
what Murph believes about herself.
Thus the persuasion. Manipulation because you're trying to explain how the world is, and persuasion because you are using simple honesty rather than complex detail in order to communicate.
All right, 3 successes.
She says, "Look, I know that you are a grown woman, and I think that you're an idiot, but you can't trust that so-called geologist or that strange porn salesman that you're running around with."
She has no evidence.
Can I just say how happy
That
I am
crowd
that so
she's hanging
few
out with is
people
so bad.
so few people tend to distrust the obvious goon in the midst of these people. It's very sweet to Vincent that people don't look at me and think, that's a shady man.
Because Oliver keeps talking. He's the one in the limelight.
That's true. I just keep my mouth shut.
I am offended for Jamie.
She says, "Okay, well,
I look at her like deadpan, straight in the face. Saffron, trust me, I don't trust them.
Okay, here, let me figure out how to cut this gem for you. I'm going to write you a receipt, and it will say it will have a picture of the gem, and I'll sign it saying that I have it and that I got it on this day. And then once it's cut, you can come back, but it might take a few days. Is that all right?"
Yeah, just I know you will be, but be careful. That is like the last thing that I have from my uncle, so
I can even insure it.
okay.
Somewhere from far away, I mean downstairs, you feel Oliver yelling at you in his mind. Ring of truth.
Nope.
Ouch on I don't trust them. Jesus. Ow. Ow.
No, he's cool with that. That makes sense.
No.
But don't trust this lady either.
That wouldn't be.
So she writes out this receipt, takes a picture of the diamond, and she puts the diamond. She shows you this safe that she puts the diamond in, and she writes out that the diamond is insured for $20,000. And hands you that slip of paper.
Okay. It was really nice doing business with you, and I'll be back, I guess, in a few days to get my diamond.
Okay, well, be careful. And
As
she
always.
she leads you out.
How'd it go, Murph?
I think it went perfectly, swimmingly.
Told you she could
Good
handle
job.
herself.
So, where's the diamond?
I triumphantly show them the piece of paper. She's going to cut it, and we're going to pick it up in a few days. Well, I'm going to pick it up in a few days.
Oh, that. Do you trust her?
And I look at Oliver, and I look back up at the shop once we're out of, hearing range of her. Do I trust anybody, Oliver?
I mean, you shouldn't, but I feel like of all the people I know, you have the best eye for it.
Yeah, I mean, I can only hope that she was being honest. I could have like kept pressing her a little bit more, but I felt like my story was already like kind of shaky and I was probably going to show my hand. See? Poker.
No, that makes sense. It's good to know when to fold. And I like look at Vincent and like wink at him obnoxiously.
I was
Oh god.
I was somewhat suspecting that you were going to lean in towards Oliver and with the exact same tone of voice say, "Believe me, I don't trust her."
I thought about it briefly.
Okay.
Is Murph a bad girl? What is going on?
Who
So-
knows?
Oliver's
Just me.
Oliver's
Jamie's
influence.
impressed. Jamie's like, Murph, when did you learn how to lie? I don't know how to lie like that. I'm glad you came over and saved me, though. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And now, thanks to that rescue, the general store owner must like you, right, Jamie?
I have no idea. I am completely and totally unawares.
All right.
Jamie and the general store owner get along like house on fire. That's as far as Jamie knows.
So I think that will be the end of the diamond selling scene for now. Does anybody have anything that they want to do before you move on to Sunday?
I'm going tourmaline mining with the rest of my day. Anybody want to come with?
Yes.
I got a few applications to spread around.
Vincent, would you like company on your endeavor to find a job? I can spruce you up a little bit. I know that sometimes you leave some dust on your shoulders.
Makeover scene.
I really think about that offer.
No.
also
The
second
dust
the
actually
makeover scene.
lends
Clear eye for
authenticity
the
to you.
goon guy?
Oliver, if you want to come, you can come, but quite honestly, you should be looking to get your own applications out there. I don't know how else you can earn money around here.
Oh,
Not
so
as a
far I'm
doctor.
doing fine.
Even if we all split up that money from the diamond, it's not going to take us that far.
All right. What trade do you wish to engage in?
Manual labor if I can. I don't know if there's like a ranch or anything around here, or painting, roofing, something like that. Or I don't technically have craft like most, but I am athletic.
Roll
If they just
Jopsy.
need a strong back to carry things around on, I'm okay at that. I
Well,
can
they
work
use that in the mines for sure. That is the largest source of income in town, and the one that employs the most people, especially people who don't have a specific trade to speak of.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty ugly work, but Vincent's not above it. Yeah, I'll check it out.
So the only one that you've spoken to so far that works in the mines is Eden.
I'll go to them.
Okay, given that it is a Saturday and well past noon, Eaton is at his house drunk with, I believe, Sam's truck is out front being worked on,
Yep.
and he's more half drunk underneath the car, ratcheting something as you walk up.
Hey there, Eden.
Uh,
Got to talk to you.
Morning. What do you need?
Heard best line of work around here is down in the mine. Wondering if you know who I could talk to about that.
It's a line of work. You'd want to talk to Herman, the foreman.
All right, where do I find Herm?
You want me to walk you over there? He points to a largish brick house, one of the closest to the pit. Says,
Yeah, that'd be great if you would. Maybe put in a kind word for me. I'd owe you a beer.
how about the beer first?
I don't got much in my pockets, but what I got, if it'll buy a beer, you got it.
Oh, it'll buy something. Knowing Angela, she always keeps something cheaper than you thought was possible.
All right.
Let's head over. He walks in and he walks with you over to the bar and he shouts out, "Hey, Angela, give us 2 big, tall, and smelly."
Thank goodness he's leaving me out of this one.
Angela smiles and pours 2 big glasses of dark brown ale. It has seems to have a sort of smoky color and have some tiny bits of grain that are floating on the head.
I avoid that. I
Scrape it off.
yeah. If it's in a cup, I'll scrape it off. If it's in a bottle, I'll just try to like lower the sipping
Oh,
level
it's
of my mouth.
This is in a mug. It says, so you ever worked in a mine before?
Nope, but I got 2 hands, strong back, and willingness to work.
Yeah, it's kind of like selling your body, one day at a time.
Just need to sell enough to get out of it.
Get out of it. Where are you going?
Not out of here necessarily, but I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe I'll start my own business. Or
You're gonna make it
something
rich, huh?
I don't know about rich. Something that can get me a house. That's about all I'm looking for.
Why don't you just build a house?
I can, but I need lumber, need metal, need more hands. You need coin for that. Hence the mine.
That's fair enough. He kicks back his beer, and in about 10 seconds, the large mug is drained, and then waits patiently for you to finish yours.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 minutes later, I'm good.
He kind of stumbles off of his bar stool. He is definitely no longer half drunk, and heads out the door with you.
So on the way, Eden, you've done some work in the mine, have you not?
He looks at you and says, makes me nervous the way they ask that.
Oh, it just seems like dangerous work is all I'm asking.
Dangers of many kinds.
Indeed. Do folks down there ever get injuries of any kind that might need mending, that they might not feel comfortable going to your current physician?
Physician? You mean Tiana?
Yeah, if you could call her that.
I mean, she's a witch doctor, but I guess that's a kind of doctor.
Oh, I'm sure some people would be more comfortable with more traditional medicine.
What?
Whatever stops the hurting.
I mean, are you trying to tell me that you are in fact a doctor?
Basically just like hoist my bag and like open it up and there's like doctor's tools in it. Well, I've had a bit of education and I know my way around the human body.
Did you just say human?
Gross.
Like a
Gross.
Ferengi?
Gross.
Human.
Gross.
Human dealings?
If you are a doctor, then I am a rocket scientist. And
well, that
I will
hurts,
be
sir.
making my ship to Venus shortly.
You have not seen me act upon an injured person so far, but I assure you my knowledge is impeccable.
I imagine if you doctor half as well as you can shoot, well, one of those skills will be killing people.
Oh, I assure you I excel at taking bullets out of people and not putting them in.
Oliver, are you real about this? This is an honest interest of yours?
Absolutely. It's been a dalliance of mine for much of my youth, and then as an adult I drifted away and only recently have been called back to my true passion, healing.
You know your real problem is that nobody can actually tell when you're being sincere, right?
I don't believe that's any fault of mine.
Eaton says...
Then you'd be a damn fool, Oliver.
I can tell when he's lying.
Why? He got his mouth open.
Eaton starts starts laughing and he slaps you on the back.
Yeah, I slap him too. Yeah, you might be a drunk, but you're a good man, Eden.
Look, Eden says, I'm not drunk. I'm working on cars today.
Yeah, all right. You ain't drunk, and I ain't a goon.
It seems like we're two fine, upstanding individuals this day. He says in a tone that mocks Oliver.
I feel like you two are taking the piss out of me, but that is fine. I will prove you wrong one day.
All right. Don't worry. I'll tell you when I stub my toe.
I'll splint that toe, though you protest.
Yeah. All right, 9 toes. Come on, let's go. And he walks over he walks over in a serpentine pattern that you think is probably unintentional up to the door of his boss's house.
Probably snipers about.
And he slams he slams his fist in the door and he says, "Boss, ooh, fresh meat." And a late middle-aged Latino man with white hair, white skin, pink eyes comes and he opens the door and he says, "What can I help you with?" "Eaton, are you drunk?" And Eaton looks at him and he starts laughing. He's like, "Not yet. I just wanted to introduce you to Vincent here, my very good friend Vincent. He wants to go and give his life to the rocks." And I told him that, well, I'd rather have him dying down there with me than just about anybody.
Yeah, thank you for the letter of recommendation there, Eden. I'm fairly new in town, and I was just looking for some honest work to do. Heard the mine was a good place to start.
Eaton kind of wanders off mid sentence and waves at you. The foreman looks down and he says, "I see. Do you have any experience in the mines?"
Afraid not, but I got a willingness to learn.
It's hard labor.
I understand. I'm not unfamiliar.
Give me a charisma athletics roll. Okay.
I did good.
6 successes
On 5 dice.
He starts looking you over like you were a horse.
I don't take offense.
He hands you a pick and he points he points to a rock in the yard. Says, go ahead and take a swing at that rock."
I would like to examine his motive just to make sure he's not winding me up.
Give me an insight check.
Wits insight?
Yep.
Can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
After a few attempts, he managed to split the rock with a pickaxe, and he says, "Well, good enough. You've learned the first half of mining. The second half is not killing yourself. That part's a bit harder.
Sure it is.
But you'll get hands-on training starting Monday. We begin at dawn, but I expect you to be there a half hour early so that we can measure out your kit."
Monday at dawn it is. Thank you, Senor Suarez, was it?
Yes, Herman Suarez.
You got it. Half hour before dawn.
Then I shall bid you adieu.
Excuse me, Mr. Suarez.
Who are you?
My name is Oliver Haldison. I'm also new in town, but as you can see, I slap my belly, not quite fit for hard labor. But I assure you, hoist my bag, if your employees are in need of fixing, I will provide my services.
I give side eye.
Give me a manipulation etiquette.
May I add a face you can trust?
This would be quite appropriate.
Woof. Okay. I'm going to willpower that a little bit.
All right. Drop what 3 willpower on that?
I'm only going to drop 2. Well, no. I mean, this scene is going to end any moment. So yeah, 3. Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Oh, that is quite a bit better. That is...
Yeah, that is significantly better. That is...
4 plus 3, so 7 successes.
Yeah, that's much better than none.
As your magical enchantments takes effect, he smiles and he says, "I have in fact been hoping for that someone like you would come along. We've been needing a doctor. Do you have a hospital?"
No, sir, not at the moment. I'm waiting for a little.
Please come with me. Come with me quickly.
Yes. Look, Vincent, please come with me.
I'm mildly in shock, but I walk along.
He walks you to you and goes downstairs into the house and then it's a fairly large house, and he opens up the sort of cellar door downstairs, and he says, My father was a doctor.
You don't say.
And he has left behind much of his equipment. And as walking into the room, he flips a switch and takes a couple seconds for the light to buzz on. And there is a room filled with old medical equipment. There's a hospital bed covered in dust, a variety of surgical tools, bone saws, and a cabinet filled old-fashioned syringes and air pumps and other things that you with medicine 1.
I have medicine 2 now.
Okay, you recognize these things by sight and realize that although you're not qualified to use them, you do know what all of them do.
I do know what they do, and I could try. It would be terrible.
It would be. You might have a fair chance of doing more good than harm. And he says, "Where are you living?"
Well, right now, that abandoned old house out there on this side is the only place with a roof and willing to take me when I came into town.
No, that won't do. Here, my son has left years ago. He felt that he should seek brighter fortunes elsewhere. Take his room, please.
Oh goodness, no! I certainly couldn't impose on such you. And then I take it.
this town needs a doctor, and you are exactly what we've been looking for.
So fucked.
Um,
Okay, yeah. I start getting set up in there and like cleaning up as much as I can.
you realize that this shelf full of chemicals is all of these things have almost certainly expired in the 20+ years since they were last used.
Yep, that makes sense.
Give me a intelligence crafts roll to see how much of this old equipment you can get working. You're gonna need some
Nice.
help with that.
1 success.
Yeah, most of this stuff, you know what it is, you don't really know how it works. So you're going to need to find somebody with considerable more skill in fixing shit to come out and help you get this place in working order. But once you do, you will have a medical theater,
The best.
and you have a new place to live based on the instant trust, the almost magical way that you've convinced one of the most important men in town that you are a worthy savior of the injured and diseased.
I definitely make a big show of like, oh, this stuff is all very old. It's going to take me a couple of days to get this in order before I do anything serious.
He nods excitedly.
Please go over to girls. I can only dig deeper at this point.
Val,
Yes.
did you have any business that you wish to conduct in town on a fine Saturday?
I was going with Jamie. I was going mining with Jamie. I was going to look for fossils while she looked for tourmaline.
Okay.
Honey for fossils. All right.
When you guys are doing this, are you like, just like sneaking into the closed mine?
No, there's other abandoned mines around, I'm sure.
You're going a bit outside of town to some of the old mine shafts.
Yeah.
Excellent. Who wishes to lead their way into this totally safe mine shaft?
I will.
All right. Give me an intelligence, actually a wit survival roll.
Oh, no problem. Sounds good.
And I'll roll some danger dice.
That's never a good sound.
Your wits plus
3
survival
successes.
is 3. I see.
Maybe I should be rolling wits plus survival at this point.
No, you did.
I roll well.
You did roll quite well at a thing that you're not particularly trained at. You did phenomenal. As you head on down into the mines, you avoid the shaft that is most in danger of collapsing, and you head on to a part that was abandoned at some time, maybe 70 years ago, and there is a line of soft rock that was the reason for the abandonment of this mine, and they later figured out a means of setting quick hardening cement that could support the shaft once this part of the rock was mined through. And it's a technique that no one had applied before. But you of course tried it. So could you give me an intelligence plus technology for your setup of this fix?
No problem. You got it. Let me roll it up.
Okay. You have over the past couple weeks have built in these sort of solid concrete reinforced concrete columns around the section of the rock, and have started carving a way through it, where you have found what you believed to have been a vein of gemstones, and you had you just opened the first bit of this area up yesterday. But when you come back now, it looks like a pile of rocks has been piled up in the spot that you had been cutting yesterday.
Like, what size pile are we talking about? We're talking anthill, or like, oh my god, that's how ghost stack books kind of pile.
More like someone had spent a couple hours stacking rocks in front of this spot. There's a big pile of rocks.
Okay, that's pretty weird. I tell that to everybody else. I'm like, this is weird. These weren't like this when I left. I wonder if somebody else has come by. I look around for track. Tell everybody else to do the same.
Okay. Well, it's you and Val. So Val, give me a. Well, what are you doing? Are you looking around, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for any evidence of potential fossils.
Give me a wits plus investigation. Well, this isn't for fossils. This is for what the hell is going on.
You're talking about pile of rocks?
an unnatural pile of rocks that has been placed over the exact area that Jamie was excavating the day before.
All right, what's investigation? I don't know shit, man.
You see a couple of spots where it looks like rocks have been dragged and placed up against the cave wall. So you see this that it looks like these rocks were dragged from around this area of the mine shaft.
Sounds interesting.
Angels?
Maybe.
We might find something we've been
I
looking
hand
for a bit,
Val
huh?
the small gun just in case things get weird. If we have to shoot some fucking chupacabras.
So you pull out a gun?
Yeah, I give my small gun to Val.
Okay.
So she's armed too.
That's a
Okay.
bad idea.
Well,
Just gonna tell
maybe
you
it
that
is,
now.
but
Look, I can punch things better than I can shoot them. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'll hold on to my gun and my other gun.
Okay.
But anyway, that's peculiar. So I tell Val we should start moving this pile and get what we can. This is weird.
You got it. I'll keep an ear out for Latin. Were they speaking Latin?
No,
I don't remember what they
Aramaic.
were speaking.
So it takes you about an hour to move this big pile of rocks out of the way, and you get to the spot that you're excavating. But there's a hole about a little more than a foot across that leads into a cavern.
The fuck?
Oh, we are
come look at
definitely
this.
getting something. Hey, Jamie, this might be our chance.
It might. I try widening the hole and get the pickaxe and the shovels and see if we can make it
Val
big
will
enough for us.
Okay, it takes you a little while, to widen out the hole. What are you using for light?
What are we using for light? Mining hats and lanterns. Normal
Yeah.
stuff.
So you see the darkness as lights that you are shining in there are reflecting off of what might be gemstones.
And I roll to see if they are eyes. I know this happens. in darks.
Give me a wits awareness roll.
Cool. 3.
Those aren't eyes, but you definitely see something or someone moving in there.
Can I tell its size at least?
Roughly human,
Okay, so not angel sized.
and maybe one more or two.
Okay. Gonna be ready to throw hands. I'm gonna glance at Jamie and then gesture with my head. Think I see people.
What do you mean you see people?
There are people in there. Should I call out?
I try to quickly duck my head down there and see if I see people.
Are you ducking your head like actually in the hole, or you're just trying to look from a ways away?
Look from a ways away.
You don't see anything.
No, I can't see anything.
All right.
She says, "Well, she's standing like 2 feet away, kind of like holding a flashlight out in front of her."
All right,
Call out to him.
Hey, hello.
No response.
Oh, damn it.
I try to. Hey, what are you guys doing down there?
No response.
Y'all need some help?
Nothing.
Cool. Gonna assume you're not actually there, because this shit usually happens. You want to go down there, Jamie? Is this a stupid
I'll
idea?
go down there.
This is a stupid
totally.
idea. Oh, we'll
Horrible
both go
idea.
down there. I'm not leaving you alone down there. That's dumb.
All right.
You start climbing through the hole.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you are so in order to get through the widened hole, you got to do a little bit of a you got to sort of squirm on like all fours, and while you're about halfway through it, the light shines on a gray face with 2 huge long front teeth, and the eyes reflect the light that you shine out as it is running towards you, and
That's fucking terrifying. Holy shit.
it grabs both sides of your face and just like leans in close,
Oh no.
and it says, "What are you looking for?"
Oh, it's talking to me. Looking for tourmaline. What do you think I'm looking for?
Give me a composure plus
I've got that.
Oh,
composure
God.
plus brawl.
Composure plus brawl. I don't think I got any brawl.
I'm just surprised Jamie didn't start screaming. Because that's what I would have done. Holy shit. No. Oh, God.
All right.
Well, that was a sucky roll.
Oh, no.
What's your total willpower?
A bunch.
Is it 7 or higher?
I think it's 7. Let me check. It's pretty
You have
high.
wild willpower, sir.
Yeah, I got 7.
All
So
right.
glad
That's kind of my
Val didn't go
thing.
in first.
She's very resolute.
That's why
Um,
she don't scream.
No,
You
she's-
take 7 non-aggravated willpower damage. Wait, did you spend willpower this round?
Not yet.
Okay.
I was going to, but
Dag, only you can get punched by a ghost and be like, whatever.
Holy shit.
As you have the last of your resolve draining out of you, because this is goddamn terrifying. Your arms are largely stuck by the walls of the cave, or the hole that they're trying to squirm through, and it is looking at you with this half mole face. And what are you saying to it?
I told it I was looking for tourmaline. I just want to do what I do.
And it looks at you and says,
I explore the unknown. That's what I do.
"Not here. Not now. You
We are-
bring nothing to my home. Leave." And it's very slowly leans its teeth in to your cheek, and you feel the sharp point of its lower, also very pointy teeth pressing into your cheek, and you feel a little trickle of blood running down your chin.
I tell him, "What do you want? What do you need?"
It looks at you and it says, "Bring the sky,
Okay,
or next you will die."
deal.
And it
We have a rhyming monster. It's a golem situation, guys.
and it pushes you on your shoulders back through the entrance.
Gotta bring my
All right,
peyote or whatever.
time to
Murph,
cheese my pants.
Yes.
what were you doing during this?
Oh, I had a small solo adventure I'd like to go on. I'm sure it's going to be really safe.
Oh, okay.
Gonna
We'll
go
get-
punch some coyotes? Is it gonna be safe as this last
Bye.
adventure?
We'll get to that in 1 second. So Val, you overheard that, though you didn't see it, and as Jamie is pushed out of the hole, you see a small bleeding wound on her cheek
Holy shit.
and wide dilated pupils.
Like more dilated than necessary being in a completely dark area.
No irises.
Yes, there's
I start calmly babbling about fucking Tommy Knocker ghosts.
Jamie, chill out. Just let me take a look at your cheek, and I'm gonna use a cure wounds.
I'm guessing you do this with a little injection of chupacabra blood,
Fucking course I do.
or some other concoction that you put together
Yeah,
that should
A
totally work.
distillation of chupacabra blood, improved, of course.
yeah. Chupacabra, a little injection of chupacabra blood plus some antiseptic or antibiotic something or other.
What's your medicine?
6.
Yeah, this injury is no challenge for your science skills.
Damn right.
After giving a small injection, the wound closes up and the blood wipes away better than new.
How you feeling? Is it feeling tender, Jamie?
Yeah, my whole mind and soul's feeling tender. I need a fucking slushy.
Okay, all right. We'll try
Back
that
to
later.
slushed ice.
Mood.
Cave gnome, some golem, some sky. Freaking
What?
Tommy Knocker.
Can you describe it to me?
I described it to her.
Can
I start
see
writing
if
it
I
all
can
down.
identify
recording
what
myself.
the fuck it might have been based off of Jamie's description?
Oh, you hear the smacking of stone on stone from the hole as you see large rocks getting piled up on the inside.
Rude.
Sounds about right.
At this point, I'm just like rude. Was it wasn't a chupacabra then?
No,
Okay.
something
well,
else entirely.
All right. Well,
I
I'd
roll
like to.
intelligence occult to if I know what it is.
Sure.
Yeah,
I really hope that you botch this.
Val would like to roll in
I don't think
biology.
I will, but okay.
Can I, Elf?
What? Oh, what?
Can I make the roll?
For what?
In biology to see if I can figure out what it might have been.
See what you figure out about it. Yeah, sure.
Woo!
3 successes.
You almost got your wish. There were some ones in there.
This is definitely a human of some sort.
Really? Okay.
or at least something very like a human, something that was a human. You think this might be a miner that got lost a very long time ago
Okay, interesting.
and living in strange places, adapted to strange ways.
Okay,
But or
definitely fits in with my way of thinking of the world.
maybe his grandparents or his great grandparents. You're not sure, but this was once a person. You think?
That's
Okay.
not how any of that works. If Jamie starts talking about that crap, Val is gonna go off.
All right, as you, I believe, likely decided that may be enough mining for the day, and are heading out. Murph,
Yes.
what was it that you needed to attend to?
Right. So, seeing her two friends go off and get a job, and then her other friends go off and mine, she's briefly lost for a second, having not really been alone very much since she got here. And she also absolutely wasn't planning on setting any roots in this particular place. But she looks down at her little, sheriff badge and remembers, oh, she should definitely go check on 13.
Okay. After 13 left your floor, he has taken up residence in more or less a lean-to. You think it used to be an outhouse?
Yikes.
And he when you show up, he's sanding the floor, which seems to be made of collected discarded wood.
I would like to preferably show up with some variety of food.
Okay, what you pick up something from the tavern, I'm guessing, or do
Yep.
you want to bring a bag of something from the general store?
Ooh, yeah, maybe something like non-perishable.
You show up with a bag of rice.
Some combination thereof. Something you can eat immediately, but also something helpful.
Instant
Okay.
ramen. You can eat it even when it's not cooked.
Yes.
A great big box of top ramen.
Something along those lines. That seems like very nourishing food to Murph.
He stands he sits up from his work as you come in. And he says, Murph, it's good to see you.
Hello, 13. How are you?
I'm probably doing better than I've been in a long time. I've got
I can see that. It looks like you've made some progress.
yeah. I found this wood from a mostly torn down shed, and looks like it fits. So I've been trying to expand this place out. Maybe have a little place of my own for a little while.
See? You found something that just happened to fit perfectly. Your luck is turning around.
He looks suspicious at that. Maybe it is. I mean,
Uh,
bad luck can't last forever, right?
I mean, I wouldn't think too hard about that because then, conversely, good luck couldn't last for forever. And that's kind of what I got going for me. So,
Murph, what you got isn't luck. Like, I can tell. It's just something about you. You're one of the good ones, and something about the world knows that.
that's awfully kind of you to say. Look, I brought a bounty of ramen.
He looks at you and he smiles and says, "This is from me."
Well, obviously.
Huh? Thinking about it, maybe you are my good luck.
Hey, I do what I can.
He takes the ramen and he puts it next to this large empty spam tin that is full of water.
Ooh.
If there's ever anything you need, I'm here for you. I don't know if what I can do will actually help, but you help me. It helped me. You saved my life, and maybe for once I got something that might be worth having that for.
That's super sweet of you to say. And I kind of look around. Can I help you at all?
Well, sure. He looks. He looks over and he says, "Yeah, bring me some of those nails."
Okay.
And he starts working on pounding out the floor and asking you about your childhood, where you came from.
I help to the best of my ability, and I tell him all sorts of stories. So, passing him nails. So, actually, it's really funny that I'm helping you do this. I used to help my dad do something similar. He was a carpenter.
So I know a few things.
Not much, but I can at least hammer a nail.
He asks you to tell him more about your dad, and he just seems to like sort of almost look at you with a kind of awe or reverence. And he seems to be to just look genuinely content in a way that you hadn't seen him before.
Do you know what a master carpenter is?
I imagine it's just a guy who's really good with a hammer.
It's more than that. So, like, carpentry can be an art, you see. And a master carpenter is somebody who is, well, mastered that art. It's somebody that, I don't know, they have this deep, deep bond, this deep connection with creating things out of nothing. And that was his passion, is just like making something out of nothing. He could see a tree or, a whole forest of trees and imagine what he could make out of that. And I don't know, something that I always admired about him.
Huh. Well, what are your trees? What are you gonna make something out of?
Ooh, people.
He looks at you and says, "Well, that's either the most beautiful or the most horrifying thing I've heard in quite a while."
Same.
Yeah, Jesus.
So
we thought Murph was innocent. We were wrong.
So I realize how that sounded. But I mean,
he laughs. No, I understand what you mean.
have you ever just looked at somebody and seen the potential of what they could be?
I tend to see more of what they might become. That's
I mean,
what
I don't know.
I've
There's
seen
just
about people.
there's just people that you can see, like Val, right? She's really, really smart, like incredibly smart, but she's not very good at people. But I see her opening up to us, and like Jamie, they're like science bros, and they bond over that, and I think that's really sweet. Vincent, I don't know. I feel like he doesn't like himself very much, but he's learning to, and seeing the value in himself and his skills and his ability to, be a better person. And Oliver, Oliver likes to spin stories, but I genuinely think that he doesn't mean anybody harm.
So you just see the good in everybody, then, don't you?
I see their potential to be good. I know there are people that are just bad, and that is all they'll ever be. I'm not stupid. There are just genuinely bad people in the world, but I think most people have a potential.
He suddenly looks really sad.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I think, but I do think you're right. I think you might have a good sense on that.
I saw that look. That meant something. What's going on?
What do you mean?
That look on your face. I don't know. You looked really sad for a second.
I just think you might be right. Maybe there's some people you can't save. And
are you talking about yourself?
He gives the sort of smile. He says, "Hey, you're not the first person that thought they could save me."
I don't think you need saving. I want to be very, very clear about that. I think that you just need to rise to your own potential.
Whatever it is you see in me, I gotta say I wish I saw it too.
It takes time. It's not an overnight process.
Well, I think for now, I'll be happy enough just to work on this floor.
One step at a time. One nail at a time.
And he goes back to hammering those floorboards together.
Excellent.
Down to the final decision, and the world will break apart today. And the world will break apart today.
369-12-15.
Gotcha.
369. Damn, she fine.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing, but I kept it inside.
3-6 Mafia.
That was your mistake.
I'm so sorry.